Hey everyone, thank you for being here. Dawn Burgins Tarot, here with your August 2023 General Collective Reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So yeah, cards have been pre-shuffled, they've been laid out. Please forgive if you can hear the whirring of the fan. Hopefully it's not, too loud because it is very hot in here. So, but yeah, we can go ahead and begin with the Knight of Wands, followed by the Hierophant, and we have the Emperor. So, yeah, the Knight of Wands is in the placement of the general energy, what Aquarius is thinking, what they're feeling, what may be transpiring in their environment right now. Beneath it, we have the Two of Cups and the King of Swords. So this Two of Cups, it is, it kind of signifies a mutual, like reciprocal affinity or admiration or love for someone or respect or all of the above. This could be a person or this could be in a situation. I do feel like this is kind of like situational. If there is any love involved, I feel like it is the lesser of a bigger picture because there is a lot of fire energy here and there is a lot of earth energy and some air as well. But majorly fire and earth energy. So this King of Swords, it is kind of conducive to speaking your truth, asserting yourself in a very firm but fair way, knowing your power and understanding that you are capable of something, because this Knight of Wands, it is a little deceptive. Like when you look at it, it appears at first glance kind of like it gives off this devil energy, like the devil card, but it's, just the pokes is completely opposite. This is the holy man Sadhu, and he's just kind of in this meditative and reflective state on this like journey, this soul spiritual journey or spiritual quest, trying to figure some things out. So as far as, mentally, as far as your ideas, your abilities, we have this King of Swords, meaning, you are very evolved and you have, again, what's necessary to do a particular thing. But this Knight of Swords may be indicating that there is some apprehension. Maybe someone feels like they can't handle the task. They may be intimidated by something it is that they want to do or want to obtain. This Knight of Wands, it is a knight, so it does have, a little more evolving to do, but they are on the right, like they have the right idea, they're on the right path. So in time that will come, knight, it does represent our passion and desires. So again, in the area of like intellect or the ideas or information, you have what it takes. You're 100%, but it's just the motivation, the tenacity that may be lacking a little bit. But again, I feel like you'll get there. Next, we have the Hierophant. And this is in the placement of advice, like how Aquarius should be spending their time, energy. So clarified beneath it, we have the Knight of Swords and we have the Seven of Pentacles. This Knight of Swords in this deck, they're cutting through these clouds, like the sun. They're trying to get to the sun, the energy of the sun, and it's like these are clouds. They would have dissipated anyways, and the sun is always shining even when we can't see it. I feel like there's a sense of urgency, like they're really trying to hurry up and cut through and get to what it is that, whatever that may be for you, But the Seven of Pentacles, it talks about prioritizing. There may be a lot of like ground noise and distractions and static interfering with that main frequency or that main concept or thing that you're trying to establish or obtain. So I feel like that is very essential in this, you know, clearing the noise, clearing, um, kind of aligning yourself with what it is you really want. And beneath the Hierophant, well, considering that it is beneath the Hierophant, this could be something involving maybe asserting yourself to a higher authority. Like planning it out really well beforehand, like not just off the cuff. I feel like this is something that needs to be kind of approached with delicate gloves, or not even delicate gloves, but like something that is like researched and planned out before just speaking on it or doing it, whatever this may be. But it does again indicate kind of approaching someone who may be, you know, at the helm of a particular organization, or someone who has the power to make things move. There are a lot of cards of leadership here. We have this King of Swords. We have the Queen of Wands down here. We have the Emperor. So it feels like this could be someone who wants to start their own thing or do their own thing, or someone who wants to move up in a company. This could be something creative, like someone who produces music or who acts. And they, you know, a situation where you have to kind of talk to people or put yourself out there or network. But again, because of this Knight of Wands, like someone may feel like this kind of inferiority complex or something like that. Like they're afraid. Yeah, like there's some fear, but I feel very strongly like don't be afraid. Like there is something very infectious about you. And then when I look at the outcome, I see a lot of skill and talent and ability, because in the outcome we have the Emperor, which the Emperor talks about leadership as well, like I mentioned. But beneath it we have the Tower and the Temperance card, right? And when I pull the outcome or the cards, you know, in this placement of outcome, I got chills. Like, I mean, seriously, I'm not just saying that as like a hook. I legitimately did, because when you look at this tower, you know, it's crumbling. There's a lot of destruction going on and darkness, and it looks very scary. But you see, like, there's this figure that is kind of here, and this, they're also in a meditative state. And then you have these like ravens or crows, they're kind of flying, and you can see where someone has escaped, or a couple of people have escaped right before everything just kind of caved in. And I feel like, now for some people, they may be the ones that's still sitting in this structure. In which case, you know, well, okay, I'll go back there in a minute. And then for others, they are the ones on the back of this raven, like they are, you know, getting the H out of there, you know, before everything just kind of concaves. So for some people, this could be letting go of someone or something. But regardless of what, you know, situation you fall into with this Emperor card, like looking at the depiction, not the necessarily the traditional or technical meaning, but just looking at this picture, you see how he has built, you see the blueprint in his hand. They've built this very strong and solid structure, and he's like kind of double checking it and making sure everything is according to, you know, how it should be. So this is about rebuilding, is what I'm saying. Something bigger and better. But this I keep saying, but, and this Temperance card, the word temperance in and of itself, it means like, how do I describe it? Like restraint, reserve, like abstinence or abstaining from something. So this could be just indicating that someone has chosen to let the chips fall where they may. Like they didn't fight whatever this tower moment was. They didn't resist it. They just focused on that. They understood, okay, this is happening for a reason. Like this could be someone who maybe lost a job at a very uncomfortable time, but it happened for the greater good, even if you can't see it yet, because this Temperance energy, if you look at this card, it's about alchemy. It's about making something out of nothing. It's about it's it's a card of manifestation, really, you know, because when we talk about alchemy, it's about making something that you want to happen, even though things may be, the odds may be stacked against you, or it may seem bleak. Um, and then the fact that they have, you know, you see this kind of figure behind them. I feel like there's a lot of support in some way. If you don't have the support kind of in a physical sense, this may be ancestral or just spiritual. So I say all that to say it's a mouthful, because it's like my mind is so jumbled and I'm trying to say everything, and then I'm like, I can't remember if I've already stated what I meant to say, or if, and I don't want to be talking in circles, but I don't want to omit anything either, so bear with me. But, yeah, so temperance, not fighting whatever it is that has happened, knowing that if something has occurred, it may be time for you to think a little bit deeply and to recenter or rechannel that frequency into something that is properly aligned for you, or something that you really want, because whatever this is, this is something that wasn't serving you well. But okay, so let me move down here. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Ooh, excuse me, I had a very important phone call, and I record on my phone, so I had to take that for a second, but I'm back. So I moved the clarifiers into shot because you couldn't really see them the first time. This just kind of surmises the entire message of the reading. And like I mentioned, we have a lot of fire and a lot of earth energy. There's 3 of Wands, Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. And then earth, we have the Devil and 8 of Pentacles. So this 3 of Wands, it does talk about momentum, moving forward, executing something. It can also be a card of leadership. It could be someone reaching people worldwide on a global scale. Someone, you know, is going to get a phone call, an email indicating, okay, this is it, you know, like, so that's why, like, this guy, he's waiting on the coast, you know, because he knows that it's coming in, without question, confirms. And again, a leader, a business owner, maybe. Like when I look at these ships out on the sea, I think about like maybe like some sort of resort town or coastal town. Like this guy may be like the owner of some sort of boat rental company or something like that. And you know, he's just out there watching the people sail around. But yeah, it could be different for different people, but it's a very auspicious card. And with this Queen of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and it also, it could be someone kind of relocating, because we did have this. Let me take this because I have to see the cards that were here. Hopefully you can still see it. But because of this Tower energy and things kind of fall into pieces in some regard, you know, this could be about moving, or an opportunity coming in that where you will have to move. But yeah, this Queen of Wands, it speaks about, you know, someone who is very passionate and who knows what they want and who's going to use everything they have to get it. But not in a, this is a very high, I'm feeling this in a very high vibration. So it's nothing messy, but it's just someone who is very assertive. They may come off or appear to be a particular way, you know, kind of like this Knight of Wands energy. Like looks can be deceiving, because the Queen of Wands can be a very supportive and loyal person. If she says something, then you can believe it. She's not gonna, you know, gas you up or anything. If she says it's one thing, then that's what it is. If she says it's another, then that's what it is. And because she is a very supportive person, it feels like, you know, when you look at this, because the Devil comes next in sequence, and you can see her kind of looking over here at this kind of energy. And the Devil, it does talk about, you know, some sort of obstruction, some sort of like negative situation. And it's like this queen is standing up to that. It could be in regards to someone else, or it could be just for her own, like, you know, standing up to her own demons. Like we were talking about with this Tower, there are some people who had to resist fighting a situation, like they could have been letting someone go or leaving someone who was no good for them. So for some, this could be about resisting that temptation, not opening those lines of communication back up, not going back or falling back down that rabbit hole of toxicity, or whatever this is. This could be standing up to someone who is trying to throw some sort of what am I trying to say? Who is trying to circumvent your progress in some way, or who is trying to hold you back purposely, albeit out of jealousy or just fear or whatever the case may be. So this could be standing up to someone, or this could be standing up to your own demons. But nonetheless, again, you're very capable. And this is also a card of leadership as well. And then to conclude, we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So the Eight of Pentacles, it does talk about working towards your goal and making sure that if you're going to be working hard, because for some people this can indicate hard work, but make sure it's towards your own goals and desires, not someone else's. I mean, I realize there are times that we have to do what we don't want to do, and we have to sacrifice, but just make sure that you're carving that time out. And like we mentioned before, not crossing signals and freeing yourself from the static and ground noise, and really focusing on that specific frequency you're trying to channel into for your own future and your own prosperity. This could be also some sort of financial backing. So this could be someone having to approach a person, like we mentioned here, for some sort of resources or investment towards something, albeit moving, albeit, again, a business, or getting the initial funds that you need to make something happen. Yeah. I had another angle, but I don't think it applies here, Yeah. But yeah, so the Ace of Wands. Again, this could be a creative venture. The Ace of Wands speaks very highly of something creative, but it could just be whatever your heart's desire or is intent upon. Now is a great time. Like, this Knight of Wands, we started off with like all the questions, should I, shouldn't I? We're on the spiritual journey trying to figure things out. But if that's your question, this Ace of Wands is the answer. Yes, go for it. Like, don't waste another second, another moment. Even if you have to, well, it's not even if you have to. We all have to start, one step at a time. But just making little steps, it'll eventually get you where you need to go in due time. But I do feel like there is there is something coming in quickly for some people. But it's about making a decision, to focus on whatever this may be. So, as far as like signs and all of that, I'm trying to see which ones, as usual, are the most prevalent, because we do have a few different ones. We have Aries, we have Sag. I think Aries is one of the most prevalent ones here. What else we have? We have Cancer, we have Taurus, Virgo, and Taurus. So Taurus, Aries, are probably the most synonymous, but we also have Sag, or the most prevalent, I'm sorry, but we also have Sag, we also have Virgo, we also have Capricorn. I feel like I'm missing something. Hold on. Yeah, I've already said Sag. So Sag, Aries, and Taurus are the most prevalent signs here. But of course, that's neither here nor there, So hopefully this wasn't too confusing. I try to get it all out because there's a lot, coming in at one time. But hopefully this makes sense. If it does not, of course, check out your moon or your rising. Or just come back next time, everything isn't for everyone. But nonetheless, thank you so much for being here, guys. I really do appreciate it. This is Dawn Burgins Tarot. Have a great rest of your August. Bye.